was a loss of grip in that corner. It's going a bit too fast.
Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're in Hokkaido in winter, and the entire island is now completely blanketed with snow. We've chosen to drive in Hokkaido because we have a few places that we're going to that isn't quite easily accessible by train or by bus. We're driving ourselves from Hakodate to Niseko, to Sapporo, to Lake Akan, and then finally to Kushiro, where I ate for the very first time whale meat sashimi. The entire journey was over 650 kilometers, covering some of the most beautiful countryside in Japan. If you love driving, this is of course a lot of fun, and our 7 days car rental cost us $800. Having your own transportation does mean you do get to do things at your own pace, take the scenic route, and be spontaneous. It is particularly helpful if you're visiting a ski resort like Niseko. Having a car thus enhances the experience, as you no longer have to wait in line for the crowded and stuffy shuttle buses. And if you're feeling a bit peckish, you can just pop into the nearest town to grab a bowl of piping hot ramen. Or you can just go to the local supermarket to check out the local delicacy. This here is semen from a pufferfish, which sounds absolutely gross, but it is creamy and it tastes kind of like mayo. Now, apart from getting to try all sorts of Japanese delicacies, having your own car does expand your horizon. You do get to explore and see more of Hokkaido, which can eventually turn your holiday into something truly special. So, how hard can it be to drive in Hokkaido in winter?
Whoa. That was a loss of grip in that corner. It's going a bit too fast.
As it turns out, driving in winter does come with its own set of challenges.
This is our car after one night.
But it is not as difficult as you might think. So, in this video, we're going to share with you what's it like to drive in Hokkaido in winter, what we like most,
It's gorgeous.
what we didn't quite like about it, and hopefully by the end of this video, we would have helped you shed some light on whether or not you should do it. Now, the first thing you'll need before getting behind the wheel of a rental vehicle is an international driver's license. If you want to drive in Japan, this is the most important document of your trip. We've left a link in the video description below on how you can get one from your respective country. Next is that you'll have to book a vehicle. Japan is a very process-oriented country. Everything is very orderly and everything is very efficient, and that's why the trains run on time. And there's no guarantee that you'll be able to secure a car simply by just rocking up to the rental company on that day. So, to avoid disappointment, please book ahead. And here are some of the major car rental companies that we often use. Now, today we're picking up our vehicle from Toyota Rent a Car, and we have opted for a Corolla Cross, which is sort of like a RAV4 but slightly smaller. As it is our first time driving on snow, we wanted to be safe, and hence we have opted for an SUV style vehicle, mainly for the higher ground clearance, extra luggage space, and four-wheel drive capabilities. Having a four-wheel drive vehicle without a doubt is going to be handy when driving on snow. It will cost you a little bit more to rent though. However, during our trip, we have observed that even the smallest Japanese K cars, which do not have any four-wheel drive capabilities at all, have no problem traveling on snow. And these are the kind of vehicles that you see most on the road. Which has led us to think that while having a four-wheel drive vehicle is great, it may not be all that necessary. Now, what are necessary are winter tires and snow chains. Winter tires have different thread patterns and compound from summer tires. They have these extra thread patterns in them, which helps evacuate water and slush from underneath it. And even at freezing temperature, the compound of the winter tires remains soft and pliable, allowing the thread pattern to key and grip onto the road, which gives you traction. And when traction fails, having snow chains will be your last line of defense. So make sure you select winter tires and snow chains as additional accessories when you make your booking. Winter tires should be a standard option during the winter months, but if you're unsure, do check with your rental company. So, what's it like driving on snow? Now, contrary to popular beliefs, speed and power isn't always the solution.
Speed and power, that's the solution.
A few moments later.
Unfortunately, for once, speed and power didn't seem to do the trick.
The key to driving on snow is Zen. Acceleration, stopping and turning all take more time and are less predictable in winter conditions.
So that was an emergency brake. It takes a little while to slow down, so do be careful. It takes slightly longer, maybe a meter longer.
So the biggest tip here is to put on your favorite Kenny G and to take it slowly when driving in Hokkaido. Now, while it's important to drive slowly, it's also equally important to be aware of your surroundings. If you're holding up a line of people behind you, best know that you're driving a little too slow. When people are speeding up on the expressway, speed up. There's probably grip there. Practicing good situational awareness and common sense is key to keeping you safe on these winter roads. Now, in the unlikely case of an emergency, always have a communication device handy, whether it be an eSIM, international roaming, or a Wi-Fi router. Anything that can get you connected to your rental company will do. Most rental companies will have an English speaker, and they should be able to guide you through any problems that you may have encountered. If you're confident enough to drive in your home country in dry conditions, then you should be confident enough to drive in winter in Hokkaido. Now, one last tip, if there is a heavy storm outside and visibility is low,
The car just appeared from nowhere. And I think I can see like a silhouette somewhere up there. There's another car in front, maybe 200 meters. But it is absolutely snowing and you really can't see much.
well, that's God's signal to you to stay inside, stay warm, and enjoy the onsen.
Early the next morning.
This is our car after one night. Now, driving in winter is definitely not for everyone, and it does come with its own set of problems. If you're already not comfortable in driving in dry weather in your own country, then you probably shouldn't attempt this at all.
Am I driving?
Muriel, you are driving.
Clearing snow from your car may seem fun at first, but it can get tiring once the novelty wears off. Renting a car can also get expensive once you've added up all the toll charges, fuel charges, parking, and insurance. However, if you're traveling in a larger group, having a car can make more sense as it can become a bit more economical when you share the cost together. Speaking of reducing costs, here are a couple of tips that will help you do just that. There's a Hokkaido Expressway Pass, which is kind of like a JR pass but for driving on the highway, which will give you access to all the toll roads in Hokkaido for a fixed price. So, if you're going to be on the expressway a lot, this pass can help you reduce your toll fees. The second tip is that if you have a credit card, you may already have car rental insurance as part of your benefits. And if you do, you don't have to double up by paying for insurance again at the car rental company. So, should you be considering a Hokkaido road trip? Well, if renting a car is within your budget and you're confident enough to take on a little adventure, we would definitely recommend it. Because for us, we were heading to the ski resorts and then later to Lake Akan and then to Kushiro. Renting a car made our travel very pleasant and very convenient. We didn't have to decipher the hard to understand bus schedules, we didn't have to endure the cold at the bus stop while waiting for it to arrive, we didn't have to lug our luggages up and down the train platform, and whenever we felt peckish, we could just hop into our car and go into town and pick up some food. Now, just like fish season and whale meat, Driving in Hokkaido in winter conditions may not be for everyone. But if you're feeling a bit adventurous and it's within your budget and your travel plan, having a car can make your stay in Hokkaido a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more convenient, and a little bit more fun. And maybe that's enough to turn your winter holiday in Japan into something truly special.